Hi guys, here is Mr. Love from Minerva Studio in south of Italy, and today I want to show you something about kick and 808. The question is, how can I mix kick and 808 in a right way? So um, I open a drill drum kit, and we're gonna analyze the kick and 808 in a drill beat. It's so important. So start with listen. Okay, that's the click and 808 that's becoming studio. Um, so the first thing that you have to do is listing. Yeah, because especially at the beginning, we have to put the stem in the project and put plugin on plugin on plugin. No, that's the right way to do this, because the first thing that you have to do is listening. You have to analyze what is your starting point, and you have to um, track a roadmap in your mind to arrive at the end of your point, so we have a starting point and we have an end point. Now, about this 808 and this kick, what is the problem? The problem is that kick and 808 is on the same thing, on the same fundamentals. So the first thing that you have to do is check if between kick and 808 there are some conflicts. So I want to show you something very interesting. No, disable this because disable this. So that's the kick on the left side, and that's the 808 in the right side. They have the same fundamentals, okay? So there is some conflict about that. How can I fix this conflict? So the first thing that you have to do is decide what is the lead. Who is the leader in this mix, kick or 808? And what range in the spectrum they occupies, So the kick, I can do that. I can cut or not cut, reduce the energy in the bottom side of the kick about, here we are at 20 hertz. That's part because that weight it's so boomy in the low end, and I want that the bottom part of the low end is from the 808, and the higher part of the low end is from the kick. Then first of all I wanna to reduce the energy in the bottom part of the kick. Solo. That's part. And then I want to increase this about 5 dB because this is the part of the attack of the kick. And if I open the 808.2, you can find how with this a little trick, the kick and 808 it's very clean between there. Disable this. Okay, kick and 808 is too much glued together. Boom. Now we have the kick in front of us and the 808 behind. Just with little trick. So in 808 I do the opposite. I cut the other part, this. I don't need it. So now the 808 is more focused on the bottom. And now I want to reduce this part of energy in the 808. That's because it's too boomy. So the first thing is fix the conflict between kick and 808. How can you do this? You have to listen and you have to decide what is the leader and which parts of the spectrum you have to listen about the kick or the 808. Okay? Now the higher part of the spectrum, in my case, is the kick that do that, or and the 808 is the lower part of the low end. Then I open the Harmonics exciter of Ozone 5. That you can say, well, Lob, but Ozone 5 is very old. We have Ozone 9 now. Yes, of course. But the Ozone 5 sound great for me. So I still use it because for me it's very, very interesting plugin. So what I did, I give some harmonics in middle part that it's this part, for give a little bit of presence to the kick, a little bit of harmonics in the subway, just a touch, and a little bit in the higher part to give me some attack of a little bit of more attack to the kick. Without, with. Oof. Now when you use Ozone 5 you have to be careful because especially the tape saturator, the tape algorithm, because you can choose the mode: warm, throw, tape, tube, trio, dual trio, etc., etc. Tape mode, it's so aggressive. It's very, very aggressive. So you have to be careful. Okay. Just a touch for give an extra presence to the kick. In that way, I can unglue the kick and the weight in this part, because I want to hear the kick right and the 808 right. Without ozone, so I lose the 18% of the kick. Oof, with ozone. Another story. So then what's this the interesting thing that I do on the bass on 808? First of all, I reduce this part, the 14 hertz, because this 808 it's so big, much big. it's not good for this, because I want to control this part and give more space for the slide of the 808. Without, yeah, the 808 now it's under control. I use this Pro MB, not much like compressor, but much like EQ. Okay. Now the 808 is under control. The booming part of the button is under control. The kick hit. And what I did here, I use this band not in compress mode, but in expand mode. So that's the slide of the 808. And I want to expand this because I want to hear the slide of the 808. That is the characteristic of this 808. In the drill beat, the slide is very important. So now I want to try to extend the release. Yes, this Pro MB did two things. The first thing is that control the bass, and the second thing is that give a little bit of clarity on the bass, because we have expand this part, you know. So now a little trick to glue together kick and 808. You have to bassing they together. So the kick and 808 goes in this bass that I call kick and 808, of course. And what I did, I put a Saturn on this bass, because the Saturn give me some glue to kick and 808. Without, In this part, one moment, kicking it away. Yes, kicking it away. Okay, in this band, that is the slide and the attack of the kick, I give a little bit of more saturation. No. And that's the story. Without with. So that's the glue of the 808. I choose the warm tube mode. There are many modes that you can explore, okay, but I choose the warm tube because for me the tube saturation is more sweet than tape saturation, and in this case I wanna go very sweet because I wanna go I wanna go very sweet. There is not because it's my taste, you know. You can choose the other mode, for example, I don't know, tape or broken tube or something like this, but for me in this case they are so strong. Then what I did, I parallel a little bit the saturation with the dry signal, 14%, and that's the kick and it weight. Look how the 808 become deeper with this Saturn, and kick and 808 glue together before we unglue kick and 808 for give a right tone to kick and 808 to listen kick and 808 without conflict. And then we glue together, we re-glue together kick and 808 with this Saturn. How you can see, I'm not a big fan of compression in inserts. I'm so big fan of compression in parallel, but I like to use the multiband saturator instead of compression, because the modern way to mixing change completely the use of compression. It's another story, but there is not topic of this video, so maybe I can do another video, but I don't know. Now listen everything without plugin and with plugin. This without plugin. With plugin. Without. With. Listen the tone of the 808. The tone of the 808. Now the 808 do the bottom part and the kick do the higher part. And that's the finish. So thanks for watching this video. If you have some question, you can write in the comment below. Tell me. So we have finished. That's how you can mix, kick and add weight in the right way. I'm Mr. Love from Italy. In the description you can find my emails if you want a my mix service. You can write me, and I'm so appreciate to work with you. From Mr. Love from Italy, it's all. See you next time. Ciao.
Chiuso nel Minerva studio. Cucino sto mix, cucino sto beat. Ce lo butto fra dei mood on. Ti caccia la hit,